Welcome back to the TNet project. Today we're going to work on process 5, and this is facing to depth. So as you recall, when we cut the profile of the part, we had more material in height than we needed. So as we look at your instructions, you'll see that your shape is cut out. In this bottom black area, we're going to have to flip the part over and face it off. Very first step to doing that is to determine how much excess material you have. So I've given you a little table over here to complete, and what this will let you do is to measure the height and then go ahead and subtract the finished part height from the prints to arrive at the amount of material you're going to face off. After you've done that computation, you're going to want to clean out your vise, flip your part over, set it up on parallels. Go ahead and clamp on the blue surfaces right here, with the parallels resting adjacent to the green surface. What that will allow is this top black portion, which we're going to face off, to stick out well clear of the vise. Once you've got that part mounted upside down in the vise, then what we're going to want to do is to put a fairly large cutter, either a 3/4 inch end mill or a 1 1/2 inch face mill, into the bore of the machine, mount that, and get ready to start machining. So let's pick up a video. In this video, we've got the part mounted upside down and a 1 1/2 inch face mill mounted. So the part's mounted upside down. That's a good picture of the parallels. You can mount it somewhere in the middle of the vise. It's been tapped down. You'll see my 1 1/2 inch cutter come down, and I lower this via the quill and then lock the quill in place. I want to get it somewhere within about 100 thousandths or so of the surface of the part. Once it's at that point, I want to find this surface. So you'll see I'm bringing the knee up slowly. As soon as my tool starts to cut an arc, I know I've made contact with the surface. I'll fine-tune my knee and zero that up. There, I've made contact. I've zeroed my DRO, or zeroed my knee micrometer. I'm going to back the tool off to the left-hand side for this cut. We want to dial in cuts that are about 50 thousandths for this particular cutter. Don't go deeper than that. If you're using an end mill, you can do a full depth cut, no problem, but not with this face mill. Apply a generous amount of cutting fluid to the surface of the part and make a smooth part cut down the center of the part. You're going to notice that it kind of peels back the material here and produces the chips as we come across. Clear the part all the way. You're not really concerned with the finish on the first two cuts, so you can go through fairly rapidly, particularly when you clear the leading edge. Now we can cut back and forth in a zigzag, or I can reset to the other side. In this instance, I've dialed in another 50 thousandths cut, applied a little bit more lubricant in the form of the cutting oil, and I'm going to make the next cut. For this last cut, what you're going to see is I'm on the left-hand side of the part, and I'm going to do a climb cut around the perimeter of the part. And what that will do is effectively deburr it as I make the cut. So let's get started. You'll see my tools off and about halfway engaged on the part. And I'm making my final cut to cut the balance of the material off. And you'll see as I go around the part, it's pulling the burr back onto the part. I clear it about halfway with the tool. And now I'm going to dial in the Y dimension to bring it forward. Now I'm going to do another climb cut around the edge that's closest to me. And there's my finished cut all the way around the part. I should get a pretty good finish using that technique. At this point, you'll want to remove your part, deburr all surfaces, and get ready to tap it. Thanks for watching.